Artists, today we're going to talk about how you are going to do the process for your pinch pot monster. Your setup will be like so. Placemat, and you want to tear away a piece of clay, working with only half. Your second step is to roll a ball. Once you've rolled a ball, you're going to press with your thumb. Pinch and turn, pinch and turn, press, pinch and turn to create an opening like a little bowl in your piece of clay. Remember, this is just half of your piece of clay. Press, pinch, and turn. Press, pinch, and turn. Press, pinch, and turn. You work until your clay is as thick as your pinky finger. Too thin, and your clay will fall apart. Too thick, you run the risk of an explosion. Using a little bit of water on my fingertips, I'm smoothing out the edges of my piece and making sure it sits on my mat so that the opening can be facing toward you. This will create the mouth of your pinch pot monster. Now, to build features, you're using that scrap of clay that you tore away. Pinching off small bits here, I'm rolling a small ball that's going to create the eyes for my piece. To attach two pieces of clay, you must do a technique called score, which means to scratch the surface of your clay as well as the surface you're attaching to. Score, score, and with a little bit of water, it makes it slippery. So we call that slip. Score and slip is how you attach two pieces of clay together. Score the surface, score what you want to attach, a little bit of slip, and it acts like the tread of the bottom of your shoe. Now I want to use my fingers to mend out the seams and make sure it's really stuck well. And I'm going to come back in here with my clay tool and add pupils for my little clay monster. Then you want to continue to build features. Score and slip things like teeth and mend them to the inside. Pinching off a piece of clay, rolling a ball, and patting it flat can make something that looks like a tongue that I will score, scratch, 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 slip, little bit of water, and mend to my piece. If things are scored, slipped, and mended, artists, you will make sure that they are not going to break apart. So again, pinched off a piece, build my form by squeezing or pinching or carving in, score and slip to mend things to the side, score and slip and mend things to the side. Little arms for my monster, and perhaps I want to now give him maybe a tail for the back. So I'm using my remaining clay, starts with a ball, and anytime I notice that it's starting to dry out, I am going to make sure I'm using a little bit of water to rehydrate that clay. Not too wet, not too dry. So what did I do? I made a pinch pot, pinch and turn, pinky thickness, smoothed it out, build my features out of that scrap clay, always making sure to score and slip, score, slip, and mend. Here's my scoring tool, score both, mend it to the side so that there are no cracks in this piece. You need to make sure your sections are attached well. And finally, I'm using my tool to make a texture. Maybe your monster has scratches for hair or spots for warts. And this is where students, you might have a completed piece. At the end of class, we'll collect your projects with your name that we're going to carve initials into the bottom. Put them on a cart. We'll wash your hands in a bucket and return all materials. So as you were following along with me, our steps were to tear a piece of clay away in half. We rolled a ball. We pressed in with our thumb. We pinched and turned, pinched and turned. stopping when our clay was pinky thickness to smooth out the sides. We made sure that our monster could sit flat on the mat, and we began to make our features by scoring and slipping, scratching that surface, a little bit of water that is slip, and mending to the side. I'm going to work for the entire class period students until I run out of time, when I can put my name and homeroom on the bottom of my monster, collect them to the art cart, and clean my area. Next art class, we'll work on these together. We're going to use just that time to get those things complete. And when we're done, we're done. So you're going to make as much progress as you can in that small period. Now, with our remaining class time today, what we're going to do is we're going to work on creating a trading card for your little clay critter monster, as if it were like a Pokemon card. So if you would please show me Mona Lisa, and we will begin that process next.